Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So this is it. This is Apple's new latest and greatest iPhone SE 2020 edition, so to speak. And I gotta say, it's been a pleasure using it, but as probably given away already in the title, I actually do not want to use this phone. I personally wouldn't buy it, and I would like to explain why. So when I saw Apple announce this phone, I was actually really excited because I actually own an iPhone SE and even made a review on it back in July of 2016. And that phone was my favorite phone for a long time because it had such amazing battery life thanks to the chip, but it also had an amazing phone of a recycled body that fit perfectly in my hand. Like, I had almost no complaints on the phone. So we're using a recycled iPhone 8 that came out back in 2017, where essentially everything is iPhone 8 minus one thing, which is the chip, Apple's A13 Bionic chip that they put inside the phone. And as I used the phone, that excitement just quickly went down for me, and I want to get into it why my views on this isn't exactly the way everyone else's views on this. I do want to say up front that I still think this is a great phone, but let me explain why I still don't recommend it. So let's go ahead and break down the phone, talk about things I like and don't like, starting with the design. So the design and the body of this device is really nice. I love the way it fits in my hand so comfortably. I love the glass back, but as always, I do put a skin on it because I'm just that kind of person. And considering that I am personally only trying to buy small phones, not buy any big phones, this takes the cake on how well it fits in one hand and one-handed use. Yeah, this is just great. I love that I can do one-hand usability with the device so well, and the fingerprint sensor has been an absolute pleasure to use. Like, again, I think we've forgotten how good we've gotten with these, that it's been so nice to use. And the aluminum frame around the phone still feels very nice. I mean, I still prefer the stainless steel on the iPhone 11 Pro because that is my main device, but this nonetheless still feels good. There is a single 12 megapixel camera on the back and a 7 megapixel camera on the front for selfies, and honestly, after my testing, even doing some recordings, definitely for $400 you are getting a really good camera. I have nothing to say for the price point. On the front, you got those chunky bezels, which, man, those are such an eyesore for me personally. And you have the IPS LCD Retina display on the front with a resolution of 1334 by 750. Now, the bezels aren't so bad because you have a good grip when you're watching content or when you're trying to play games, because you can just put your thumbs right there on the dead zones. And the display being 720p, essentially, I never minded watching 720p videos on here because with this small of a screen, you really wouldn't notice much more of a resolution difference if you went higher. But now let's get back to the heart of this device and why this device is so popular is the fact that you're getting an A13 Bionic chip in this phone. So for those of you that don't understand and want to know what I'm talking about is, imagine this phone, the iPhone 11 Pro. This has been my main device ever since I bought it. I keep coming back to it for multiple reasons. But imagine a $1,000 phone. You are getting the power of this device in a $400 phone. And as great as that might sound, I feel that is the dilemma that I'm having because when it comes to, for example, battery life has not been my favorite on this device. And to break it down, I get about 3.5 hours to 4 hours of screen on time. And here's the thing, like, I have these weird moments where I'm realizing that I think the A13 Bionic chip is needing more power than this phone can offer, where the battery life drains ever so much more fast than I thought it would, that it makes me really worry on how I use my phone. Now, the weirdest anomaly I had was, I remember once when I went skateboarding for 25 minutes, so I had Spotify playing on this phone, and as well as my Bluetooth headphones, which I'm using the Galaxy Buds Plus, and in just 25 minutes, I dropped 13% of battery. Now, personally, I've never experienced that much of a battery drop from just Spotify. Like, it blew my mind how much battery I lost on this thing so quickly. So with the hype of the chip and with the battery life that it offers, which basically the battery size that it is like 1800 milliamp hours, it's just, I don't think it's a good combination. And I feel like if Apple just, I know the point was to not redesign and to use recycled parts. Had they just redesigned a little more so we can get a little more battery life, that would have easily compelled me to use this. But to be honest, that blew me away from using the device. So at the end of all this, I feel that this phone is going to basically meet the requirements for a lot of people, which some people just want a phone, and more preferably an iPhone. This iPhone still does everything an iPhone does. You lose nothing. You're still getting iPhone features. You're getting a good camera here. You're getting a solid build. It fits in your hand perfectly. You have 4 to 5 years lifespan easily with this device thanks to the chip that's given inside. So what really is there more to complain about, right? Now I know I can't make this direct comparison, but here is a Galaxy S10e. And this phone I actually purchased for basically $400. Knowing I have this device out where I basically get 2019 specs, so almost basically brand new specs. I get a full glass display. I have great portability and I can still use this device with one hand. I still get a fingerprint sensor. I have an OLED display. Like knowing that I can get a lot of the new stuff for $400, I just have to break away from Apple's ecosystem. I'm willing to do that, but I'm not everybody. So, do I think that you should buy the iPhone SE? I think if you care about just having an iPhone for $400, yes. But for those of you that care about having better, newer things, I think you should just take this $400 and go elsewhere, preferably the Galaxy S10e if you don't mind going into the Android side of things, or you just save it and buy something new, something a little different, something that offers more than what this phone offers. So thank you guys for watching this video. Hopefully you guys understand my points as to why I wouldn't buy it, but all the power to you if you do. So if you have something to say, leave it down in the comment section because I always appreciate conversations down there. If you liked the video, go ahead and give it a like, show that YouTube algorithm who's boss. And if you didn't like the video, go ahead and dislike. And please subscribe for more future videos. I have a lot of content I intend to make, and I would love it if you guys would stick around and just hear me out, and maybe I can help you guys with any of your purchase decisions. All right, but thanks again, guys. I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care.